Welcome back, folks, to some more Planescape Torment. We're trying to forge a weapon here. You step up to the forge. The heat is incredible. Fire is throwing off an incredible amount of heat, but thanks to your protection, you are able to withstand it without any damage. First, we will ready the tongs. Pick up the ore. Let's form it into a stiletto. That's a nice piece of work. Your stiletto is not only functional, it's perfectly balanced and deadly looking. Nice work. This thing will serve me well. Keldor will certainly be impressed by this. Time to get away from these flames. It's hot as balls. So we have a high quality stiletto here. Doesn't do any plus damage, which is kind of good. So to get a high quality stiletto, you have to have, or a high quality weapon, period, you have to have at least an intelligence of 14 or above. If your intelligence is 10 to 13, you'll get a normal quality. And if it's 9 or less, you'll get a shitty quality. Actually says shitty. Just kidding. Where the hell does Keldor go? There we go. Looking in the wrong place. I have finished forging my creation. He takes it from you and examines it carefully.
That is without doubt one of the better pieces I have seen a recruit forge. You'll go far, my friend. Are you ready for the next test?
He continues grimly.
A murderer has struck in the foundry. I am forsaking the usual test in order for you to track this killer down. Go speak to the supervisor of this Atil in the main foundry and proceed from there. When you have completed your investigation, you are ready to name a culprit. Come back to me.
Oh, great. Another one of these quests. What's going on here? Uh-oh. Somebody got fucked up.
Everyone, I've seen enough. Get back to work. You again? What do you want now?
Under Keldor's authority, I'm investigating the murder that occurred here. Can you tell me about it?
You want to know what I saw the night of the murder? Well, I was working late, and I heard the sound of a scuffle. When I came out, I saw a shadowy figure slip out the door into the meeting hall, and I raised the alarm.
Do you have any other details?
The only three people who had access to the building were Thildon, Saros, and Vidalin. The three of them have dramatically different builds, but in the haze of the foundry, I couldn't see clearly.
So they're the only three subjects? Seems too pat.
I have an alibi. Not to mention that Keldor already ascertained the truth from me. I have nothing to hide. Apparently Phildon, Saros, and Bedailen do, though because they wouldn't go under Keldor's spell.
Where do I find Soros?
In the meeting hall, you shouldn't be able to miss him.
And Bedailen?
She can be found in any of the Foundry's areas. She's one of our chief engineers, so she has the run of the place. You'll know when you see her.
Time to get into some investigating here. Oh, and I can't save? Alright, so let's talk to Phildon first. Should be down here still. Well, that's not one.
Put your back into it, man.
There he is. Shame about the poor smith. A Phildon, really it were. Still he weren't one to keep himself to the grindstone. He weren't dedicated. Just the way of the plains turn. Mark my words. Basha gets his due. Oh well, what can old Phildon do for you? I'd like to ask you some questions. You want answers? Like what? What were you doing the night of the murder? What was I doing? Why, I was sitting in my room with a nice loaf of bread and a jug of wine, staying in. Didn't go out that night. Didn't see no need. Didn't know anyone who could swear otherwise. No. Never saw the need to make sure of it. One place you might ask if you're really looking for leads is Sorrows. The little thieving knight goes everywhere. Father being such a high up here. He was always into new experiences. Boy's practically a sensate, if you ask me. Probably wanted to kill someone. See if he could get away with it. Sorrows, eh? I'll check on that. Alright, so let's look for Sorrows.
Put your back into it, man.
That poor Smith. I can't believe what happened to him.
Do you have any idea what might have happened? Or have some leads?
Who told you? The supervisor? She's right. I come in here at night sometimes, when there's no one around.
He looks around conspiratorially for a moment, and then lowers his head toward you.
I saw a Phildon creeping out of here. The main reason I know it was him is because he dropped something.
He hands you an awl. The name Phildon etched into the wooden handle. Thanks. I'll be Bach. Running back and forth. Running back and forth. I do kind of wish there was just a wee bit more combat in this. It's a little too dialogue heavy. I'm really working out my vocal cords, though. Sorrows, you remember Sorrows, don't you? Gave me an awl found near the body. Oddly, this awl has your name etched into the handle. Explain it. He looks momentarily flustered, and then... Sorrows is the thief. Odd. Stole it from me. Fact, I've been missing my awl for some time now. Never mentioned it to anyone because I figured I just lost it. Now I know that Sorrows stole it from me. Better go get him before he gives you the laugh. Seeing your expression, he says, before he escapes. That sounds a little too pat. I'll ask him about it as soon as I get some more answers from you. Never mind.
Can you get some water there, that way? Can they water?
Well, we'll go back and talk to Saros. See what Saros has to say about stealing the all.
Bildon says that you planted the all at the murder scene, that you were trying to frame him for the murder.
Of course he'd say that, because he's guilty and he wants to make it look someplace else. I saw him kill that man. Sure, we disagreed, but that doesn't mean I want him dead. Just because he's a total buck doesn't mean he should be arrested. He should be arrested for killing a Vildon. Tell him he needs proof.
I'll do that!
Back and forth, back and forth.
Put your back into it, man. Come there, one more.
Oh no, he moved. He moved.
You get the water on that right away.
Where is
Put your back into it, man.
He tells me that it's not a frame. In fact, he says that he personally witnessed you killing the poor sod.
he? What? I tell you that boy's a thief and a murderer. And you don't believe me? What if I told you the lad's an anarchist too? A member of the Revolutionary League.
If that were you, I'd see to it that he was brought to justice.
Well, it's true. I swear on the sainted eyes of me poor dead mother. Him and that engineer, Badai Lin, wanted to recruit me. I told him I'd join him because I wanted to catch the turncoats. I'd do my duty by my faction. But then, well, then I decided it just wasn't right for me to do that. That's when they decided they were going to see me swinging from a leafless tree.
I see, I'll check that out. Thanks for the hint.
So, Saros is an anarchist. Well, let's bring that to his attention. See what he has to say about that. Little conniving bastard.
Bildon tells me that you and Bedailen are anarchists, and that you're trying to frame him because he turned down an offer to join you.
Saros pales.
She has nothing to do with this. I did it on my own, but the truth is, Thildon shoved that Vildon into the gears. I put the all there to make sure everyone would know he was there, because I'm just a kid and no one would believe that I was sane. All right? I admit I planted the all, but I only did it to make sure he got punished for the crime.
Why should I not think that you're doing this to get back at him for some other crime?
Because, I don't know why you think that. But I promise, go talk to him and tell him what I said, and then you can decide for yourself.
I'll do that. For the 19th time. Vildon did it. He had personal problems with the Vildon. He was trying to frame Saros for the crime.
Oh, we can turn in everybody. Decisions. He seems saddened by the ordeal. It is done.
My thanks, Steve, resolving the investigation. You have but one task remaining. Sandos, father of Sarosa and Saros, one of more vital members, has returned from a harrowing journey. He has locked himself in the tower room and threatened to kill himself. Speak to him. Stop him.
So I went ahead and turned everyone's ass in. I'm a big rat. What can I say? Which means that, yeah, he's gone. We can't have fucking traitors in the foundry. Where'd Sarosa go?
How dare you speak to me when you have sent my brother to await executioner's blade? I should tear the wheel of your spirit for the pain you have brought our family.
Saros was your brother?
He was my brother, and now my father stands ready to die as well. I hope your heart can bear knowing it brings much pain in the world.
Alright, so we'll be truthful to her, and then ask her some questions about her father.
What of him?
He's locked himself in his tower and is threatening to kill himself. What can you tell me and will allow him to keep him from doing so?
You lie. My father is traveling. He's not expected back for days at least.
Even so, speak to Keldor if you don't believe me. I require your assistance if your father is to live.
I will, you can be sure.
She pauses and stares at you.
Hard.
You speak the truth, don't you? I see no deception in your heart on this matter. Very well. This is what I wish you to tell me, father. Our life is a test. One cannot expect to skip the end directly. That is not the answer. Only the Doom Guard and the Dustmen believe in utter decay. And you have always held them in contempt. Remember this.
I will convey the message. Farewell.
Come on, Jeez.
Greetings, sir. Did Keldor send you? Sandos came up here and he's been raving and muttering behind the door all day. I hope you can do something. We'll see about that. Call through the door. Sandos, I need to talk to you.
A muffled voice comes out from behind the door.
Go away!
Are you Sandos?
The voice snaps.
Who else would I do? These are my rooms, and this is my instruction. This is where I'm going to die!
Would you like to hear what your daughter has said?
There's a pause. The voice comes more brittle than before.
You talked to my daughter?
Yes. This is what she said. All life is a test. One cannot expect to skip to the end directly. Blah 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 blah.
She said all of that, did she? Give me a minute.
Take all the time that you need.
When it speaks again, the voice sounds a little more balanced.
Go down and tell Kodor you talked some sense into me. I want to see him eventually, but you've done your job. Go now.
Thank you. Farewell.
And now I run in the room and kick your ass. Well, we have no need to really talk to him, so let's go tell Keldor we've saved an idiot from killing himself.
I have succeeded. He's regained his zest for life.
You have succeeded. Glorious news. Congratulations, my friends. You have proven yourself worthy of joining the Godsmen. Would you like to take the oath now, or perhaps wait for later?
Let's do it!
The oath. Life's tribulations are tests. There is nothing I encounter that is not a lesson. Pain is the multiverse way of reinforcing a lesson. What I hate most in others is a reflection of what I hate most in myself. I will activate my potential and aid others in achieving their goals. I will remember the divinity spark in present and everything. I swear fealty to the believers of the Source and their goals, never to forsake them. You swear the oath, and Keldor smiles. Welcome to the Godsman, lad. Do you need anything from me now?
Yes, 9 million experience, please.
All right. Now we are a member of the Godsman faction. Favorite spell, Magic Missile. That's everyone's favorite spell. It's the greatest spell of all time. Okay, so. We're Godsmen now. I did have to actually go back. I made a boo-boo earlier. When you go to turn in Saros or Philodon for the murder, you want to make sure you don't turn in Saros and Bad-Elin. You only want to turn in Philodon for the murder. You'll see why soon enough, but if you turn in all three, you're screwing yourself out of a bonus wisdom point later. So I went ahead and I redid it, and we left Saros alone, as you can see. Saros is still a free man, and his sister is not mad at us. You'll see why in a little bit, but first, let's go talk to this individual we saw here earlier. Nilzanda. You see a bushy-head man, clad in the height of fashion. If you consider fashion to have died 50 years ago. His clothing seems to consist of tattered street urchin rags, and he seems to affect a disdainful manner toward those around him. Well, that might be his actual manner. He doesn't even glance at you until you speak to him, and then his eyes begin searching your face carefully. Do you want something? He drawls.
Who are you?
I'm Nilzanda, great godson of the artificer Zero Zanda, engineer, dreamer, creator. And I finished his work. The work that you commissioned, the Dream Builder. Are you ready to claim the use of it now?
A dream builder? What's that?
It is both machine and ritual. It's a state of mind and a construct of steam and blood. It grants dreams to those who enter its confines. It was built for you and is waiting for you. Are you ready to finish it off?
Yes!
What I need to begin the final stages of the Dream Builder is a piece of your skin immersed in your blood, so the machine can familiarize itself with the physical essence. It must be a blue-green bottle to symbolize the dream sea on which you will float.
Flesh and blood, I've given enough of that lately. I'll be back.
Alright, so we need some flesh and blood. You might guess where we're going. Back to the shop of exotic items so that we can get a blue-green bottle. So let's go ahead and exit back to the lower ward. And then back to the clerk's ward. Sure, I made any more money. Oh yeah, 1,500 kappa. Should have enough. All right, and let's talk to our favorite merchant, Rishiki Kuki. I'm always here to buy something, you silly bitch. What we're looking for is the elixir of horrific separation. There it is. You examine a bottle labeled the elixir of horrific separation. Rishika presents it to you.
This stuff was compounded by a scholar who found she possessed a darker half. A side of her which took control at times and bade her to do awful things. This potion was to have spilt the darker half away from her, creating two separate beings. Mercy killers, however, found and executed her for a string of depraved murders before she could use it. I charge only 200 coppers.
Fine. Alright. So go ahead and buy that and make sure you can fucking carry it. What'd you give it to? What'd you give? Alright. So once you get the elixir of horrific separation, head on over to the apothecary shop. Which is right there. And we're going to talk to Pestle Clin. You see Pestle Clin, he or they is as eerie to look upon as ever. His flesh constantly changes and crawls across his face.
I welcome ye, Snarf, back, sir.
Are you alright?
I am ha!
His throat convulses for a moment, then relaxes. A large green glowing pustule suddenly bursts from the side of his neck.
Something you needed, then, sir.
His throat clenches again, and a wave of quivering flesh swallows the blistering green pustule back beneath the skin of his throat. He coughs violently for a moment and then seems to relax. What happened to you? The left eye rolls upward in exasperation. The right eye looks askance.
Too much the drink.
Too much of what, though?
Potions. I drank too many potions.
His mouth slides down beneath his chin. His left nostril forms another one.
The most I ever drank, that's for certain. A polymorphin there wearing brood. In limbo.
What do you think I could do to help? The man's eyes turn inward to look at each other, then back to you.
Don't know.
He shudders. The mouth below his chin moves up and envelop the one nostril form.
This sort of thing happens quite often. We can't seem to help but to sample the stock. If you find a way to help the two of us, I'll be grateful, sir.
Half of his mouth curls downward into a frown. He shakes his head.
Work the stock room all day, I do.
He shudders violently. Suddenly, a third eye pops open over the bridge of his nose. The left one shifts sideways as the new eye takes its place.
I think only of the Thorther.
That said, the skin of his face seems to eat the new eye, and the left one returns to its old location.
The old engineer in the foundry tells me that I need to get a sample of my blood and skin. I need you to do that for me.
A scraping, yes, very well.
His right hand takes up a razor blade, his left a wide-mouthed bottle. He removes a small section of skin from your forearm, placing it in the bottle, along with a small quantity of your blood. He then places some gauze over your wound and hands you the bottle.
You need anything more, sir?
No, that's it. Question. Where in the fuck is my potion I bought? Oh, shit. You know what? This is why you don't want your name one having a bunch of shit. I don't think we ever picked it up. And again, we get a nice little crash here. That's fantastic. Oh well, we can come back next video.